Hi, everybody. I think we're on here. I just wanted to really quickly give you some background. Right now, I'm actually sitting in a coffee shop because I dropped my little girl off at nursery school and I wanted to be able to do business during this time. And the most exciting part of this business is to be able to recognize people and their amazing stories of how far they've come in the business, because this business is really, truly changing lives. And we do have people that, reach high levels and really quick out of the gates, get all those bonuses and rank advancements along the way. But I've seen in my 4.5 years of doing that some people will stick with it and other people that build fast like that just fall away and they don't see the long-term growth potential. Um, but what I like to really recognize right now are people that have the belief in themselves and the belief in the journey, the opportunity, the products, the company, the compensation plan, and their dreams to really keep moving forward no matter what. And really, it is the small steps we take every single day that gets us to those big, amazing places of living our dreams to our, living our life to our full potential and living our dreams. So today I'd like to feature somebody and share her story. She is the most recent recipient of our Team Belief Award. And with that comes a huge honor for me because I was able to meet this wonderful woman a few years ago. And I didn't know her before she joined our team in Isogenics. And it took a few years, actually, of us talking with each other on the phone a few times and doing some growth together. And then eventually we actually did meet at an amazing event in, that one was Phoenix. So it's my pleasure, my honor to be able to share a story of somebody who I feel very connected with, and I'm so grateful that she's come into my life through this amazing business opportunity. So Amy, can I just welcome you, first of all, to the call today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Tara. Thank you so much for inviting me on the call, and thank you for the award.
It's so great. It's such an honor, and I really believe that you are going in the direction. I know that sometimes day to day it doesn't feel like, in some ways, I remember feeling it myself, and some days I feel it still, where you just feel like you're doing so many things, but then at times you go, really? Is it ever going to happen? Am I ever going to be able to have that freedom day to say goodbye to my work or whatever it is that you really want to free yourself from? So can I just start by asking so that everybody that's listening knows, when was it that you were introduced to Isogenics, first of all?
Coming up this June, it'll be 4 years since I was first introduced to Isogenics. I was introduced by my friend Robin Bigley. We both worked at a spa together in Gravenhurst. I was the spa receptionist and she was a massage therapist there. We kind of kept in touch on Facebook a little bit. I guess she was watching what I was doing with my son, and she got in touch with me and just kind of asked what I was up to. She shared what she was up to. And it was really interesting to me because at that time I was staying at home with our son and I was looking for something more, something to do as a business, but also interested in the products because I was looking for ways to become more healthy, ways to help our family become more healthy. So it really seemed like a great fit at the time and a great opportunity.
That's fantastic, and I apologize. I know there's a lot of background noise here, so as Amy's talking, you should actually be seeing her face, but there's so much noise back here that it keeps thinking that I'm talking, so I may try to mute myself as you're talking, Amy, just to give you that spotlight. Now, can you tell me a little bit more to, you've expressed what got you interested and where you were in your life at that time. What did you feel when you were told about Isogenics by Robin? Did you feel like right away, I'm all in, I want to do this for a business, or was it more about the products at that time? What was your feeling? Because a lot of people come in with different ideas when they get introduced to it.
I think I was really interested in the business right off the bat, and the products too. It was almost 50-50. Something that's a little bit different about my story is that I was all set to try out our cleanse, and then I found out I was pregnant. But because I was so interested in getting started with the business, I decided to go ahead with the products anyways and get the benefits of the product while I was still pregnant.
Fantastic. That works better. I actually did mute my line there. So hopefully you were all able to still hear Amy. I think her line was still okay. Now, and what was it that you found after starting with the products that really had you even more interested in what this opportunity could be? Because 4 years ago, I mean, that's a bit of time ago. Um, when was it? Was it right away? Was it pretty much within that first year that you started opening your mind to that? Can you just share that a little bit with our listeners?
I right away, Robin and Mike were amazing leaders to get me started right away into the business, inviting me to different calls and training that was going on. But I think at the time I didn't really believe in myself either. I was always into it, but never giving it what I could back then. Yeah, I always saw the opportunity, but I don't think I really believed in myself in the beginning.
Okay, fantastic. And like many people listening right now, that's a lot of what many can relate to, really. And I know for myself, I felt the same way. So it's great when you can say that, because some people see it as 4 years ago. They don't see where people begin, right? Because unless they were with you at that time to see you begin. So it's really great to share with our listeners that it doesn't happen overnight, and our belief does take time, right? So you didn't have belief, number one, from that first day, but it starts to build as you go. Now, can you share with us, as you continue to really invest in some learning and some growth within the company and within the resources that Mike and Robin were giving to you, where were you with some of the challenges along the way? Because a lot of people listening right now may be feeling like they know where they want to go, they see the end result of what other people are experiencing, they see that success journey, but they feel so alone when they start hitting roadblocks and challenges. So can you explain to a few people some of the challenges that you've had along the way? And obviously transparency as leaders is one of the major things, but if people think that we've never had a problem or a challenge, it makes it hard for others to really relate to us. So could you share about 2 or 3 challenges along your journey that you felt were, make or break sometimes? Some days you probably thought, is this really the thing that I want to continue doing? Or is it worth going through these challenges and keeping on? So do you have any that you can share with us?
Absolutely, lots of them. I like to say that I did everything wrong in the beginning, so I like to think that I can share that with people to say this is what not to do. In the beginning, not really building a team or going to events. I can make the excuse, and when we first started, we were out in a small town in Alberta, but there were events 2 hours away, whereas now in Toronto they're about 4 hours away. Not going to events, not building a team, or not really seeing the big picture as building a team and showing other people, being open to showing other people the business, I think is huge. Those are my 2 main things, is just build it as a team and share your vision why you're doing it, and be open with other people about why the business could be an amazing opportunity for them.
That's awesome. Thanks, Amy. And one of the things, that's a very common part of it. Some people say to me, oh, Tara, but I'm not making the money yet, so I can't talk about the business, because that's kind of like a lie. And I know that for me, I say, but even before I was making any kind of significant income, I knew where I was going. So where was that for you when you shifted from going from, just enjoying the products and maybe sharing it with a few people, but never really getting into that mindset of, okay, I need to start sharing this opportunity. It's a gift I should be sharing. Was there a moment that you remember in particular, or was it just part of the growth along the way that you felt that all of a sudden the light bulb went off and you started sharing that gift of the opportunity? Because I know for sure that in the last few years I've seen you grow by leaps and bounds, and there had to have been a shift at some point. Do you actually know where that shift happened?
Thinking right now, I can't think of something, one single moment or time, but I think it was just a process over the years of just continuing putting time into it and seeing my team grow, even if I wasn't focusing on it as much as I could, and just believing in myself more. and just even for you, when I first got in touch with you and when Robin would talk about your story, and you know there's other people going through it, and you see other people with the belief, and they just know that they're gonna do it and they're gonna get there, just kind of keeping following other people and keeping in touch with other people who have the same vision and the same drive and the same goals.
That's so awesome, and what a great piece of advice. So, I think that's probably one of the most valuable pieces for me right now is just to really remember that other people are where you want to be. And even if you're not there right now, you can talk about and share those stories and connect with the people that are getting to the place that you want to be. So thanks, Amy, for that, because so many people are stuck in that place of, I just can't share the business because I'm not making money. So that really scares people. Now, can I just also ask, where do you see yourself? I mean, here we are 4 years after you started, and your business has really started to take off. You've attracted some amazing business partners, amazing leaders in your team, and you're all really working hard. So where do you see yourself, say, 2 years, 5 years down the road, if you continue doing what you're doing?
Um, growing, still growing for sure. Um, I started doing the business because I wanted to stay home and make money. Obviously, I think that's people want to do a business to make money, but that really isn't enough to keep somebody to keep going, right? You need to have a certain reason why, specific reasons why. And mine, not just to stay home, but to spend more time with our kids. It's just something simple, but my son takes the bus to school, but he goes to daycare right after school. So one of his, something he said to me that has stuck with me is that he wants to take the school bus home from school and get dropped off at home, but he can't do that right now because I work and my husband works out of town. So something where I can be at home with the kids. And even another time we were at the school with my son, and I had to say to him, is that your teacher? Because I don't spend any time at the school. I'm not involved because of work. So he had to be like, yeah, that's my teacher, like, because I'd only met her once before. So just to be more involved with the kids, to be able to stay home, to be helping other people with their dreams, just seeing the opportunity with the people on my team and seeing their goals and sharing that with them, helping more people, whatever it is, make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, just to continue growing and just to share it with other people and to say that it is possible.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. I really think that so many people just don't realize what it is that we have here. It's such a gift, and just to hear what you had to say, it made me, choke up a bit because I can relate to you. I can relate to that, and so many young moms can. There's a lot of people that are working to make a living, and they don't have that quality time with their children as much as they want to. And I know there are days that, I look back at where my life was going, and I'm sure, you're living it right now, so you know where your life would continue to go if you weren't building your business. And that's a really sad reality for a lot of people. Some people love their jobs, and I'm not trying to crush that because everyone deserves to love what they do, whether it is a career, a business, a traditional business, or a business like what we have. It's never trading time for money if people love what they do. But for us, we know that we can, spend a few hours a day consistently on a weekly basis and keep moving forward in the direction of our dreams. So now, Amy, can you also share with us a little bit about, a lot of people can relate to challenges with a spouse that may not have understood, may not have been as supportive as we hoped from the beginning. Can you just share a little bit about how your journey's been along the way with your amazing husband? I mean, I know I can relate because you and I have talked with our husbands having similar feelings and beliefs, but how has that, either helped you or had challenges along the way? Because clearly you have never quit. You've never given up. And so many people would if they didn't have the support of their spouse. So can you share that with us?
Sure. That part has also been something that I've grown with and grown on. In the beginning and for a while, focusing a lot of time on the business, obviously for our family, but at the same time, I felt like the business always needed to come first. If somebody wanted something, if somebody was ready to get started, the business is fun, and connecting with people and helping people is fun. So you always want to keep doing that. But I think, or I know that I wasn't also sharing time or managing that and organizing and spending more time with my family. I was focusing more on the business, where I can say that it wasn't more beneficial to be focusing all my time on my business and putting my family second, because once I've started to make priorities and kind of put the business second after my family, that's when my business started to grow more and continued to grow more.
That is so brilliant. I just love that, and it's true. There is definitely a balance there, and I can relate. I mean, many of us can, because we love what we do so much. It's like the first thing, we've got our iPhones, we've got our cell phones, whatever, and if somebody texts us, it's like, okay, got to get back to them right away. And meanwhile, you're maybe in a conversation with one of your children or your husband, and that makes it really hard. It becomes very that's where the priorities are really shown. So thank you for sharing that, because like you said, when you start really focusing time in on your family, because that's what you're doing this for, you want to attract people that want family first, then that's where, you know, we're really going to start realizing what we're doing with our family, and also, you know, inviting people like that into our life. We don't want workaholics here, right? We don't want to become a workaholic. We love what we do, but we do have priorities, and family being one of them. So I love that. And you know, it's funny, I feel that we are liberating families together, Amy, and without sacrificing our top values. So for you, I know family is one of your top values, and that is, you know, screaming with flying colors. I just love that, and that's where I know you're going to continue to succeed. Now, can you tell me, I know we talk about rank advancements and things like that, your next rank advancement, it's funny because Robin is one of the people that will ask people, what is your plan? What are you going to do to celebrate your next rank advancement? And this call isn't about recognizing where you're at in your ranks or anything like that, but I know you're going for something, and I would just love to know, what do you plan to do to celebrate with your family when you reach that?
I don't have anything in plan at the moment. I don't know, definitely this summer spending more time and going on family vacation, because in the past we haven't had the time or really the means to spend more time than 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, right, I wish, that'll be coming up soon, 2 or 3 days, more than 2 or 3 days, because we both have to get back to work and we couldn't afford to do it. So just something, taking time off with our family. We'd love to rent a cottage and just get away for a week this summer. So that's something, and just pause, not to stop there, pause and continue going for the next rank advancement.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I know that, you know, your time is precious. You are on a bit of time off right now, but you do work today, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. So now, do you have, and this is a bold request, this is a bold question for you, but do you have a date in mind on your vision board that says the day that you're actually going to be able to step away from your current career?
I do. It's not a specific date. It's a time, and I'll say it here so I'm more accountable for it, before the kids go back to school in September. To be completely honest, right now we get subsidy for daycare, which over the past couple of years has grown less and less. So this year it's not that much. The kids are in daycare, but last time I dropped off our papers to fill out the paperwork, I was like, that's the last time I'm going to be walking into that office next year. I'm not going to go back there to put those papers in, so I won't have to have the kids in daycare.
I will definitely be cheering you on along the way, because you deserve that, and so do your children. So I can't wait. I can't wait, and I know it'll happen. And the really cool thing about goals is that when we set a goal, and even if it doesn't happen when we think it's going to, we just push the goal a little bit ahead. So just know this is temporary, and I always like to say that what you're doing currently is temporary, and you know that you're creating a nest egg, an amazing future for you and your family, and it's not a race. It doesn't have to be done. For anybody watching right now, it doesn't happen overnight. You know, Amy's story of 4 years, that's more reasonable. People are building it in the pockets of their time as a busy mom, and with purpose, though. Amy's been always on purpose. And Amy, I'm just so proud of you. You have been an amazing friend, you know, and even before we met personally, I felt like I knew you so well. And I'm just so grateful for your belief in yourself, because it's grown over the time, and it does take some time. But I know where you're going, and you do too. So that's what gets me really excited to share your story today with everybody. So do you have any last words for anyone at this point? If there's maybe somebody that's tuning in today for the first time saying, well, I've done 2 or 3 years of this and I don't know how much more I have in me. I'm not getting anywhere fast. Do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Keep going. Keep growing yourself. With our business, everything is there for you. If there's a problem that you're having, there's somebody there who's gone through it that can help you. There are tools, there are calls, there's unlimited resources to help you. You want to build a business, just be focused in on why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and just keep going. Every day, just do something, even if it's 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you very, very much. Your time is precious, and I really appreciate your time today. So with that, I hope that you have some time to enjoy before you go back to work, and we'll be cheering you on for that final day. I can't wait to see it announced. And you know, we've got team members that are doing that all the time, and that's what gives me goosebumps to know this is what we're doing for people. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Tara.
All right, take care, Amy. I hope this worked out and that everyone was able to hear everything that Amy had to say, because she had amazing things to share. So thanks again, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.